Joining us right now is our real estate guru, Matt Lee, and we welcome you. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
This is the time of year where if you're putting your house on the market, a checklist of things to do to get it winterized, to get it ready for the coming season. But not just for that, but for anyone with a home. Very important things to do.
It's preventative measures to make sure that you don't cost yourself money down the road, and basically just going on and having a checklist to make sure, first of all, that the house is taken care of and winterized properly, because we are going to have cold temperatures and they could cause damage if they're not done properly. And second of all, it's to make sure that your house and your family is safe.
And not huge tasks either. These are all simple things that will save you money down the road if ignored.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, we got some pictures. You can talk us through it.
Sure.
What we are supposed to be looking for in terms of this checklist.
So you want to make sure that the gutters and downspouts are completely clear. I mean, you do this in the spring, but right now we've got leaves falling. And what will happen is that you'll get a buildup of water and snow, and it will back up underneath the shingles, which will cause rot underneath in your insulation.
Clean them out.
Yeah, so we have, Kingston is a limestone city. We're known for having spiders, and basically what happens is that you will get spiders built up on the gas intake. You need to have those gas fireplaces cleaned.
And the caulking, very important. Any cracks.
Caulking for windows and anywhere around the doors to make sure that you're not costing yourself any more in fuel or electricity during heat time.
Okay.
So this is a backup on for somebody that didn't drain their outside water tap. Usually there's a shut-off valve just inside your basement. If there isn't, I would highly recommend you get one put in, and basically it just makes it easier. Cleaning your air filter. Change your air filter once a month over the winter, probably every 6 weeks to 2 months in the summer. But if you have something like this one where it's a cheaper style, make sure you're changing it once a month. These are the taps that actually have a spring-loaded mechanism inside them, so that if you actually have outside water taps, instead of putting a shut-off valve inside, you can actually put these on, and what it does is it pushes, when you turn the tap off, it pushes the water back inside the house.
Good.
Cleaning the chimney. When you're doing a wood fireplace or a wood stove, make sure that it's cleaned properly. If you ever burned any wet wood, you're going to have some creosote built up. It could cause a chimney fire, and could cause some damage to the house.
Is this a professional job, or can anyone do it?
You can do it yourself. I would recommend having a professional do it, but I mean, if you've been doing it for 20 years, you can do it yourself. We're into the time where you need to change the carbon monoxide and the smoke alarm batteries. If they're older than 10 years, change the whole system.
This is pretty much a new rule being implemented.
Well,
every
yeah,
10 years to not just every year change the batteries, or twice a year change the entire unit.
Yeah, because I mean, over time they tend to just wear out, and I mean, it's just like anything else. So you want to make sure that these are changed on a regular basis. Batteries change twice a year. The actual device is changed every 10 years. I would, if you got a family at home, sit down, make sure that the smoke alarms are taken care of, carbon monoxides are taken care of, fire extinguishers taken care of, and also, if your kids, I think that the best thing to do is to have a plan that if there was a fire, sit down with the kids and say, okay, how do you get out of the house? Because we did as kids, and it's just one of those things that you have a plan. This is where we meet. This is what's going on. So.
And you're talking about spiders. Can you elaborate a little bit?
It's just, we're just in a limestone area, so therefore it's just, there is a lot. So you want to make sure that if you have any gas filaments, like the actual where the gas comes out, the intakes, you want to make sure that they're cleaned, because what they'll do is they'll come in and build a nest in that, in the area, because it's easy to get into through the exhaust of the gas element.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so what a creepy, literally a creepy crawly job to do.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it's just like anything else. You'll see nests in trees or nests in the soffits or anything like that. It's just something they want to find a place out of the wind and rain. So what they'll do is they'll go in through the exhaust, because gas intakes are actually, the exhausts are on the side of the houses, and they don't have to go up a chimney, just because the efficiency of the unit. So therefore, it's just easy for them to climb in, go in through there, and then build a nest inside. So you want to make sure that that's taken care of before turning those on. One, it might not turn on, or two, it could be a separate fire inside.
It's got to be done. A great checklist, and again, things that aren't necessarily take up a whole lot of time or a whole lot of expenses, but if they're not taken care of, we know what the results will be.
Yeah, you just wanted to make sure that everything's taken care of.
Okay. Matt Lee, thank you so much. Always good to see you. We'll see you next week, sir.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Real Estate Tips, brought to you by Matt Lee of Royal LePage.